Stephen Law for the state. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Please introduce yourself to the jury and spell your last name for the record.
Hi, my name is Tyra Hartman, Hartman, Hartman.
Tell us a little about yourself.
14 years old. I was born in Liverpool, which is in England, just below Scotland. Then I moved to London, and then I came here to the US with my family, but I don't really like it here, if I'm honest.
Why not?
Well, I've had nothing but bad luck since I've been here. When I was on my way to America, at the airport, my mum and dad, well, they lost me, and I almost ended up on a plane to Japan. And then when I came, I was also at Rockwell on the day that everything bad happened.
Now, Tyler, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Rockwell. First, how often do you visit that park?
All the time. I love it there. It's my favorite place. I go there at least 3 times a week, and I used to work there.
Tyler, you just told us you're only 14 years old. How is it you were employed at Rockwell?
Well, 3 years in a row, I won their frequent visitor competition, so I got to work there for the day. And they said I was the best.
That's excellent, Tyler. Do you know who Whitney Bowman is?
Yeah, of course I do. She works at Rockwell. We used to be friends. We used to talk all the time. She used to help me with my math homework, thankfully. I'm not very good at numbers. And, well, I don't know. She kind of changed after a while, so...
When was it she changed?
It was 2012 when the new guy started working there, Cameron.
What was different?
Well, like I said, she used to really help me with my math. She's good at numbers, not like me. And, well, once Cameron came, she didn't really have time to talk to me. She used to always be with him. We were talking and hanging out and stuff.
Now, Tyler, were you ever actually with the defendant and Cameron Poole when they were together talking?
Well, I wasn't exactly in the conversations, but I was there. I was listening. This one time, I was behind a tree, and I heard them talking to each other then.
And what did you hear them say?
Well, they were just talking about how they didn't have enough money and...
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor. Specifically, she said they were talking. It's not clear whether that's Cameron Poole whose statements are hearsay on his phones.
Response.
These statements she's referring to are Ms. Bowman, Your Honor. 801B2.
With that being said, do you maintain your objection?
Yes, Your Honor. Opposing counsel should elicit that they're Ms. Bowman's statements from the witness rather than proffering it himself. Statements of counsel are not evidence, and what the jury heard was that.
Okay, fair enough. So please go ahead and clarify that these are Ms. Bowman's statements.
I move to strike all that testimony, Your Honor.
Okay, for now, let's run to
Tyler, I'd like you to tell us what you heard Ms. Bowman talking about in this conversation. Tell us what you heard the defendant say.
Really? Well, she was talking about money, and she mentioned the ticket booth at Rockwell, and she told Cameron that she had an idea on how to get what Longstreet told him.
Tyler, throughout that summer, were there any other times you saw the defendant and Cameron Poole together talking?
Well, yes.
Where were you when this happened?
I was in the employee restroom. I needed to use the loo, so I went in there, and I was in the stall when Whit and Cameron, they both came in and they were shouting and stuff, so I just hid in there. I didn't want to disturb them. I don't disturb my mom and dad when they're arguing, so I stayed there.
Now, Tyler, when you were inside the stall and you said the defendant and Cameron Poole came in there shouting, about how far away were you from the defendant and Cameron Poole?
Yeah. If you come closer. Yeah, stop.
Right here?
Yeah.
Young man, I reflected on about 7 feet from Tyler Hartman.
any objection from the defense?
We have no objection with that estimate, Your Honor.
Okay, the record will so reflect.
Tyler, to your knowledge, did the defendant or Cameron Poole, did they know you were inside the stall at that time?
started shouting at her, telling her that he wasn't going down for this.
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor.
Your response to that, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Those statements by Cameron Poole, they fall under the hearsay exception 801D2E, also which is cited under case law, state of the art.
May I respond, Your Honor?
Go ahead, sir.
The 801D2E exclusion is used only for in order to lay the foundation for that conclusion. Pursuant to State versus Owens, they need to lay the foundation that a conspiracy in fact exists. They need to do this by a preponderance of the evidence, and they need to show independent corroborative evidence. That is evidence beyond the hearsay they're attempting to admit.
May I respond to that, Your Honor?
Yeah, and specifically focus on what evidence is there independent of this statement that there is in fact a conspiracy.
Yes, Your Honor. Case law state v. Owens says that these statements, for instance, may be conditionally led pursuant to 104 in order to prove the conspiracy by preponderance of the evidence. And it says that we have the entirety of the trial in order to prove that. And it says under 104, under that case law, these can be conditionally led in to prove that conspiracy.
So you're representing to me as an officer of the court that you intend to lay additional evidence independent of this statement that will in fact establish the existence of a conspiracy?
Yes, Your Honor. Throughout today's trial.
Okay. I will accept counsel's representation of that, and I will overrule the objection for now. Understand that if that representation proves to be false, you're vulnerable to a mistrial or other sanctions.
Yes,
Your
Your Honor.
Honor, I'd simply ask the court to note that we have a standing objection to all comments made by Cameron Poole as hearsay, and that we plan to renew our objection at the end of evidence. I'd also like to take issue with one classification of Owens that opposing counsel has represented to the court. Owens does not allow them to use the entire trial. It only allows them to use their case in chief.
I understand. It's noted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I respond to that, Your Honor?
That's not necessary. Please continue with your examination.
Now, Tyler, you were telling us what happened inside the locker room. You told us you heard some statements between the defendant and Cameron Poole. Please finish telling the jury what you heard between the two of them.
Well, after Cameron told Whit that he wasn't going down for this, that's when Whit, well, she told him not to worry because she had a plan. And then she mentioned an insurance policy that she had.
After you heard the defendant tell Cameron Poole she had a plan, what happened after that?
That's when she pulled out a knife and she said to Cameron, "You know where it is when you need it." And then she put it in Cameron's locker.
Now, Tyler, I want to turn your attention now to August 30th, 2012. Were you at Rockwell that day?
Yes, I was.
Walk us through what happened when you first got there.
I got to Rockwell, and that's when I went to the hamster wheel first, because that's my favourite ride. I always start there. I worked my way around the rides, and then that's when I got to the Tunnel of Terror, and all the bad stuff started to happen.
When you got to the Tunnel of Terror, do you remember who was operating that ride?
Yeah, it was weird.
And what happened once you got there?
I just got onto the ride, and then I heard a gunshot, and then the ride started to go.
After you heard that gunshot, did the ride stop?
No, I just said I heard a gunshot, and that's when the ride started to go. I was just scared, so I shouted to it. I shouted to it to stop the ride.
So after you shouted to the defendant to stop the ride, did it stop then?
No, it never. It kept going, and that's when all the lights, they all switched off, and it went dark. So I shouted to it again to stop the ride.
Now, Tyler, you told us that you heard a gunshot, then the ride started, and then the lights shut off. Now, about how long was the ride going before the lights shut off?
It was like a minute or two. It felt like forever.
Well, after the lights shut off and you continued to shout at the defendant to stop the ride, did it stop then, Tyler?
No, it never. That's when I seen a little bit of light where Cameron Poole, he had opened the emergency exit, which is at the back of the Tunnel of Terror. And he was running out of it.
Tyler, when did the ride stop?
It was when Officer Thomas got hurt. He was hit by the ride that I was on. And Cameron, he ran away out of the emergency exit.
You said that you saw Cameron run out of that emergency exit inside the Tunnel of Terror. Tyler, had you ever seen or heard of that door before when you were at Rocky World?
Yes, actually I did. I heard Cameron and Whit, they
Cameron Poole talking about that exit? You saw Cameron Poole run out of it.
It was only like 2 days before the robbery.
And what did you hear them saying about that door?
I heard Witt saying that it was now locked, so they had to keep that in mind. That was it.
Thank you, Tyler. Your Honor, at this time, I have no further questions.